How you doing? My name is Trenton Rodriguez here at JTech, and today we're going to be working on this Ford. What we're going to be doing is recovering the system right now, and I'm actually going to show you how to pull out an orifice tube to look at it. So right now, I already basically have mostly everything set up. This is your machine that we'll be using to recover the AC. As you can see, it has a high and low pressure side. Low pressure is blue, high pressure is red. You're gonna want to get these on here. Alright. Alright, just make sure they're snug on there. Alright. And then what you're gonna want to do is you're just gonna want to tighten this down to where it's snug on there. Do the same thing to the low pressure side. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. We're gonna go to recycle, which is the recovery. Check oil drain level, adjusting type level, continue. Connect valves, which we connected the valves already. So this basically just walks you through. And right now it's gonna start that process. So it should give us a time in just a second. Alright, so now that the system has recovered itself, we're good to open the system up. So right now I'm gonna be replacing, or we're gonna be taking out the orifice tube to look at it. So let me show you really quick. We have a bunch of different fittings for different vehicles. So for this particular one, it's going to be a 5/8 fitting. So we're going to be using that to pull this orifice tube out to separate the pipeline. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to push on this, pull it up. All right. So as you can see, it's not leaking any coolant, so it's pretty good on that. And this is what we're going to be using to extract that orifice tube out of there. So what you're going to be doing is, you see how there's fittings to where the orifice tube is going to fit on here, and you're going to twist it to turn to lock it in place, and then you're going to slowly pull it out without breaking that orifice tube. Probably a little deeper in there than I thought it was. Oh, there we go. Got it. So just gonna stop. Freak, came off. And you're not gonna always get it on your first try. Well, I'm not. So. There we go. So this is what your orifice tube looks like. We're gonna look at it in the light really quick. So this right here is the filter. This is what's gonna be filtering everything that goes through your cooling system. Right now this is very clean, so we wouldn't need to really be changing that out. And just want to make sure so when you would change it out, what you would do is you would change the seals on the orifice tube right here, and then there's some seals over here on the actual line, on the coolant line. There's 3 seals right here. You would also have to replace those 3 and make sure they're well lubricated before you place them back in there. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reinsert this orifice tube in the system. Kind of slide it back in there. Alright, so it's nice and snug in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fitting off. So you don't need that anymore. That's only to separate this line. And when you push this back in here, it should click. Alright, and then you kind of want to wiggle it back and forth to make sure that it's snug and it's on there. So right now we took that orifice tube off. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually vacuum the system. So we're going through another cycle. We're not gonna be changing the oil. Going up to 20 minutes to vacuum this. Change that time to 20. There we go, got it at 20 minutes. We're gonna perform a leak test to make sure there's no leaks in the system. Yes. And right now we're just gonna be basically waiting on this to time out. Okay, now as you can see here, the vacuum is complete. So what we're gonna be doing now is recharging the system. And usually when you recharge, you gotta look at the specs. So usually the specs to refill it are to recharge it are going to be here. So we're going to be using the one all the way at the bottom. It has exactly what it is, F series and excursion without rear AC. So it's 1.19 kilograms or 2 ounces or 2 pounds and 10 ounces. So how to be doing that is we're gonna charge the system. These settings right here. Use AC. Yep. Alright, so it's 1.19 kilograms, so that's correct. So basically we're just gonna wait for it to recharge and we put the right amount of pounds in here. So that is gonna be how you're gonna recharge, vacuum and drain your system, recover your system. So, and then I also showed you how to take your orifice tube apart, the fitting you would use to take that out to make sure it's clean, or if you need to replace it and there's no leaks in the systems, we already checked that. So I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes to show you that the system is recharged and ready to go. Alright, so we finished the recharge or the charge. Now all we're gonna do, we have to start the truck up so we can empty the lines. So we're actually gonna start it right now. Back this up off of it first. We're going to take the high side off. And we're going to turn it's asking us to turn the max AC on. It's basically getting all the pressure out of the hoses so we can properly disconnect the hoses from the truck. Now while it's doing that, I basically taught you how to recover, vacuum, and recharge the system. And also between doing that, I actually showed you how you would take your orifice tube out and change it out, make sure it's clean, and if you needed to replace it. Thank you, this is Trent, our J-Tech.